Hello YouTube. So today I'm going to be doing an update for early 2020, and this is going to be an update on not all just my fish tanks but also my vivarium. But in the past year I've gotten rid of most of my reptiles, and now I'm much more interested in fish, and so today we're just going to be doing an update on these fish, showing you how they're doing, and just so you can see what's going on in my room. Let's get into the video. I have some green corridors, you can see down there. They're nice catfish. These are very, very big. They're probably about the biggest ones I've seen. And these are, I would say they're about 4 inches each. They're just huddled around that mystery snail, but they're a very cool fish. I'm enjoying these cories. And then there are the angelfish. I bought 3 of them from a breeder that breeds locally here. They're doing good. I'm hoping I've got 2 females and 1 male. And I'm thinking that maybe it'd be nice if they paired off and started giving me fry. That'd be really neat to try to raise some angels and sell them. So that's pretty cool. Here is my 1-gallon betta fish bowl. You can see my betta swimming up in the front. His name is Poseidon, and he's doing pretty good. He's eating well. Got the nice long fins. I still don't have any filtration in here, but I don't plan on getting any. It's doing fine because I feel like there's not a huge bio load and it's able to maintain itself. The S. repens in the front seems to be doing good. It does just about once a week comes out and I have to replant it, but that hasn't happened in a while, so that's good. The rosette sword that I have here at the bottom left, you can see it shot up a little sprout right there, and so it's growing at the top of the water, and eventually it'll probably get too big. I'll just cut it off and plant it like I did with the other Amazon swords, so that's good. If you can see in the very bottom left right there, you can see that little fuzzy thing moving. That is a ghost shrimp. I have 4 of those in there. And you can see the bed is kind of looking at it, but they're so big he really doesn't mess with it. He doesn't eat them. But they're just cool. I kind of got them to clean up the algae, and they're keeping it under bay, but I mostly just like them because they look super cool. And the first week that I had this tank was a disaster. It shot algae everywhere. Algae was all over the tanks, on the rocks, on the plants, on the glass. I had to scrub it like crazy, but I threw a couple of mystery snails in there. You can see one that's kind of just laying on that rock, and they're doing very good. They've kept most of the algae, gotten rid of it. There is a little bit on the glass down here, but I just get rid of that myself, and so I think it's doing pretty good. The crypticorn that I have in there is doing quite well, if you can see it. There it is right there. It's shooting off, doing good. And there's my Cichlids cat. You can see him. He's a really cool fish. He's like an algae eater. He's kind of like a smaller alternative to a pleco. So if you're wanting a fish that's going to eat algae, but you don't really want a pleco, there you go. Cichlids catfish. Yeah, so Cichlids, betta, and ghost shrimp. That's about all I've got in here. The plant growth seems to be doing pretty great. Got a lot of crypticorn shooting all over the tank, so I'm enjoying it. This is the 10-gallon that I was referring to earlier. You can see this is my completely native tank. These are fish that I just caught outside and brought back to my tank, and I'm enjoying them quite a lot. I've got 4 black striped top minnows, as you can see on the left. He's down there, and I've got 4 of those. They're doing really good, and I'm very much enjoying them. I've got 2 creek chubs, which are swimming all over the place. And then I've got 2 bluegill that are very small and growing up. That's one of them right there. And when I caught him, for some reason, he has this really bulged eye on the left. It's like popping all the way out, and you can't see it in the video. but it is popping all the way out. So, but it's not seeming to harm him. He's pretty cool looking. I'm just gonna keep him until I can't. If it starts harming him, I'll just let him go. But I do have another bluegill in there that's doing good. And one of my favorite fish in this whole tank is right there under the wood. This is a juvenile long-ear sunfish. You've probably seen me keep them before. I had them in my other tank, my 29 gallon, that was a native tank. But I don't know if the camera is catching it. But they have all these beautiful orange and blue colors. It looks like a cichlid, but yet they live in the US. So that's very, very cool aspect about them. That is a rainbow darter. You can see all the orange and blue he is displaying. And I have about 6 or 7 of those. Have a couple in the front, you'll see. Just kind of scooting around. But yeah, I've got a bunch of those that just run around the place, kind of hop. They are on the bottom most of the time, but they're not catfish. There's another little one, but yeah, there's the creek chub. So I've got some cool fish in here. I'm enjoying them a lot. Got some top minnows, which I'm enjoying. Some sunfish, bluegill. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, this right here is an eastern mosquito fish, which I caught outside, and that might not seem very special, but it's almost like a guppy. So it's a live bear, but it's native to where we live, and I've looked so hard, but I can't find it anymore, and I'm kind of sad, but that's a cool fish, and I'm glad I caught it. It's pretty interesting to keep. They don't have much color, but to me they're just cool. I like their body shape. And so that's my 10-gallon native tank. This is my 75-gallon Central and South American cichlid tank. I've got 2 green terrors. You can see them right. They're kind of close to each other. They have those big orange tails. They're very pretty. Then up at the front, I have a small tilapia budacophori. That's the black and white striped fish, and I'm enjoying them a lot. They're very cool. I just have one of them, but he's neat. Have 2 Salvini cichlids. But I'd say my main focus in this tank, as you can see them right there, the Vieja Senspillum. I have 4 of these smaller sized guys. And then I have one huge one that's hiding right now, but maybe he'll come out in a little bit. They have those redder faces, the red face, and you'll see that when they become fully grown adults, they just are so much more beautiful than they are now. But they're still pretty as they are to me. There they are right there. You can see how pretty they are. And I've got that green terror. He's doing good, but long term, I'm not sure how much longer I'll keep him. But he is interesting for right now. Oh, there's the big Vieja. Sorry that their colors are kind of darker. I think that's because all the work I've been doing with cleaning my tanks and stuff, getting ready for the video. They're just showing their stress colors, but he's about 9 or 10 inches. He's a real big fish, and I'm just can't wait till all these Vieja are fully grown. Then I'll be able to see what they look like as a huge group. This is my 15-gallon planted tank. I do not have a ton of just awesome plants in here, but I do have an Amazon sword that you can see on the right. Has shot up all these runners that went straight to the top, and they were taking up a lot of room, and so I cut some of them back, and those are the ones you're going to see in my 29-gallon that I planted. But yes, I'm definitely enjoying this tank. It was my first aquarium, and I've had it for a while. It's working quite good for me. All my tanks have hang on the back filters on them, except for my 10-gallon native tank where you saw the sponge filter. But I'm definitely enjoying this aquarium. I've got some Java fern, which is what you see on the left. I've got some Amazon sword on the right. I've just got some other cool stuff. And there is a little bit of algae in this tank, but that really doesn't bother me too much. As you may know, algae is not bad for your fish. It just doesn't really look that good to most people, so It's really not harming anything, just might not look good for YouTube. Last but not least, here's my Vivarium. This is currently, I think, about the only thing that I own that is not a fish tank, when you were talking about glass boxes that I have. But this has gone absolutely crazy. You can see that the plants have gone everywhere. When you see the build, when I build this on YouTube, you can compare this to how it looked then, and the plant growth is amazing. This begonia rex did get huge, and I cut it back down, and it kind of looked like it was dying off, but now you can see the leaves are gigantic. They're definitely coming back. I've got a lemon button fern, got a bunch of moss that I collected that is just doing amazing. I have about, I don't even know, probably about 10 of these brown anoles that you can see there. There's a couple of them up there. I have about 10 of those. Now I do have one green anole. Then I have about 5 of these green tree frogs. I have about 5 of those. They're real nice. I'm enjoying them. You've probably seen, or if you haven't, you can go back and watch it, my video on green tree frogs and why I love them so much. But yeah, here's one of my green tree frogs. They're absolutely beautiful animals, and I enjoy them because they're easy to keep. So that's my vivarium. It's done a lot of growing since I built it, and I'm enjoying it. Hello. If you've made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you for listening. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I've got some new things going on with my aquarium, and I just thought I wanted to show it to you guys. Have a good day. Bye.